much does knowing what they bring kind of from the game last year do you think can help you guys, or is there any carryover in that sense?
I mean, there's carryover. There's some of the same guys, obviously, and whatnot. So you definitely look back at the tape last year. But I'm a believer, and I think everybody is at this level that every team's a new team, every season's a new season. So you can look at what they did last year, but we know they're coming off a bye. They got some extra time. Probably got some guys back. And so nothing we can take lightly. They do a good job at what they do on defense, and there's some stuff that we're working on and trying to continue our game plan to put ourselves in the best position for it.
What are the positives you can take out of how you guys handled the blitz last week, I guess?
I think overall you can just take the fact that we knew going into it we had to be alert, and I feel like for the most part we did a really good job against one of the teams that bring some of the most pressure numbers in the league, and then even a couple weeks before that I think the Vikings, or however many weeks before that, they at that time were the highest pressuring team. So I feel like if there's anything, guys can feel pretty comfortable in the fact that here's a game where you picked up these protections or whatever. You've done it against a team that's bringing it a lot. So, just trust your rules, trust what we got going on, trust the game plan. And with that, you should be able to, do everything we need to do.
Does this feel like last year at all, in the fact that, like, you guys had that losing streak, you kind of get cracking at the end of the year?
I don't even remember last year. I'm focused on right now. It's a long season, man. It feels like whatever week it is right now. And so just putting one foot in front of another, trying to win this week. Besides watching the film, I don't look too much about the years past or the week past.
Good football teams that play well have targets on their back, and you guys are in that category now where you're playing well. You're pushing for the postseason. Do you feel like you're going to have a target on your back pretty quick here?
For the Green Bay Packers, we always got a target on our back, even when we were 2 and whatever, even when we were 0 and 0. That's just kind of what happens when you wear that G and you play for this team. There's a lot of tradition, and regardless of how things are going in one particular year, you got years and years and years of great winning teams. So there's always going to be that target. But I mean, it's another game, and we got to go 1-0. You're good. I've never played there. No.
We've heard from some of the guys that about like why it's so difficult. Like a lot of players don't like that place, and do you have to take different cleats to just be fair?
Well, it's turf, right? I think. Well, you got to bring my turf cleats. Besides that, like the whole stuff, I try not to get too much into. I haven't played there, so I don't have any stance on it yet. But I've heard guys saying it's different type of field. You got to be cautious of what you're doing out there, but. I don't know. I'm going to play wherever we got to play, even if it's in the parking lot. So let's just do it.
AJ, obviously, you got a bunch of carries on the opening drive against the Chiefs, but a bunch of the pass catchers also got involved on that drive. As a guy who hasn't always been the first guy to get the ball, what does it mean to an offensive perimeter weapon to get involved in a game early, to get your hands on the ball?
Yeah. I think, just kind of getting in that groove, especially as an offensive guy, skill guy, there is something to be said of kind of getting in your flow, getting in your groove, whatever you want to call it. And, maybe a end around or something like that, just gives you a little something like, all right, like, here we go. I'm ready to go, ready to play. But, that's a testament to all the guys we have on our team. And you got guys running routes, catching, blocking, they can do it all. And we got so many of those guys on this team. So it poses an extra threat to a defense when you never know, is Jaden Reed going to run the ball? Is he going to catch the ball? Is he going to, or is he going to block on this one? And so, all those guys can do that.
Jaden Reed was talking about being a rookie wall now. You were talking about it's kind of a long season.
Yeah.
There's still 5 games and maybe more left for you guys.
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, you've done this before, but how do you feel in early December?
I'm feeling just as good as anybody can feel right now, and you just like the biggest thing with it, and the biggest thing with as far as the rookie wall goes, is you just focus on the task at hand. You don't look too far back and like, man, camp was so long ago, and you don't look too far forward about I hope we can make the playoffs, and that's a couple more games. You just focus on this week, and you keep stacking those, and you keep doing your preparation each week, and before you know it, you're going to be exactly where you want to be and put the team in the best position they can be.
And I remember back in training camp when you said one of your goals as a running back was this season was to punish guys when you're going at them. Are you doing that?
I feel like I have. When I look at the tape, I'm happy with my mindset. Throughout week 1 to wherever we are now, week 14, and I'm always trying to get better. There's always things I want to clean up and a play I want to get back here and there. But as a whole, I can put my head down on my pillow, and I know that I'm putting my best foot forward, and that's all you can ask.
I know he's only been here a couple days. What does Kenyon kind of bring to your running back room,
Yeah.
leadership-wise?
I got the chance to talk to him for a little bit today over on the drive over, and he's a really good guy. He had a good practice out there today. He just had a baby, so 6 months. His daughter is 6 months. I want to say Kendall, and so we were just talking about being dads and stuff like that. But I mean, awesome guy, and great to have another veteran up in the room, and obviously a ton of experience.
Well, Florida said that he felt like today was probably the best practice you guys have had all season. I guess, how did it look in your eyes?
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, guys were flying around, making plays on both sides of the ball, special teams. It was a high energy out there. So, anytime you can have those, especially in the start of the week, which is normally your hardest practice, usually that's builds momentum, going into game day.
And I know Jones was limited today, but how great was it having him out there after a pretty scary injury not that long ago?
Yeah, it's always great. Anytime 33 is out there, obviously he's an asset on the field. He's also just, a great guy to be around, great teammate to just have, next to you. And, it's awesome to, when he's out there and, whether it's full go or not, just kind of having that presence is always great.